Divine Feminines, exploring your sacred sexuality is your right. No one can tell you or judge you for how you choose or whom you choose to share your sacred sexuality with. In this message, we're going to explore divine feminines who love divine feminines. Let's get into it.
What's going on, divine feminines? I hope you're doing well. This is YaYa, the spiritual doula. Thank you for tapping this video and taking the time to hear what spirit has to say. Now, if this is your first time tapping into the Mother's Daughters ITV, thank you. Please take a moment and join our family officially. Don't be no step churn. Don't be the step churn. All right, go ahead and join the family. Okay, hit that subscribe button and you will be officially a part of the Mother's Daughters ITV, because we are more than a channel. We are sisterhood. You know what I'm saying? And that does not mean we don't entreat our divine masculines. You are welcome to be here as well, sir. If this is not your first time, welcome, Soul Tribe. Appreciate your support and everything. And after you get done listening to this message, exchange a little energy with me and hit that like button and turn that notification bell on so you'll know when I'm back with a nothing. All right, let's get into it. So look, listen, I don't even really know where to start, but I'm going to start. Someone in the collective, someone in our family here on the Mother's Daughters ITV, I need you to understand that I personally make it my business to not tell divine feminines who they should share their sacred sexuality with. I know you probably are familiar with other content creatives who, go around harping about how women need to leave men alone and women shouldn't be doing this with men. And look, I have what I believe for myself. Okay. But when it comes to divine femininity, choosing who she shares her sacred sexuality with, I don't believe that is anybody's right or anybody's job to do. Okay, so this is not a message of how do I say, this is not a message of me trying to correct anything about, your sexuality. This is not me trying to push you into doing anything that you are not into doing. This is not a message about me telling you, spirit saying you need to change what you're attracted to as far as it relates to which gender you choose to be intimate with or be into a divine. This is not that. This message is specifically for some divine feminines who are curious and or have been entertaining the idea that they may get more of a divine love if they share their love with another divine feminine. And this is specifically because I have out here an empress and a high priestess. And I asked spirit several times, is this a message about same-sex love? And both times I got yes. So I couldn't avoid it. I don't like going into, folks' bedroom because I don't like nobody in mine other than who supposed to be there. You understand what I'm saying? But this message is more, and I've been asking her, like, okay, what are you wanting me to say? And someone in the collective or in the family, right? There is a divine feminine. You're sitting as an empress, okay? You're showing up as an empress. So you're already possessing a certain healing. Now, first off, I have the goddess Sekhmet out here, who represents the wounded healer. Okay, she is a healing energy. And so you as an empress, divine feminine, you are already sitting as an empress, and you are showing up as the wounded healer, meaning you've gone through something. You've gone through some things. Now, this is specifically a love reading. So I'm assuming you've gone through some things in your love relationships, as we all have. Okay. And the way this is showing up, I think it's safe for me to assume, or safe for me to intuit, that being with another divine feminine, or being with another woman, is not something you have explored in your past, but it is something that you have been wanting to explore as you've been healing from something that took place either in your sex life, in your romance life, in your love life, as it relates to the opposite sex. And without me going through all of the cards that did fall out, as I was asking Spirit to help me understand, because when Sekhmet showed up, I was like, okay, boom, 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 let me see what she wants to say. But there is someone that this Empress already have interest in. There is someone who is already vibrating to you a certain way. And this person, or this other divine feminine, is also a wounded healer. Okay. Both of you share a vibration of having gone through some things, and may both be curious about the possibilities that your divine partner going forward in life needs to be, or should be, or could be, or you just want it to be another divine feminine. I have two divine feminines out here. I have a high priestess and I have an empress. Now, I did a reading last year on TikTok with this same energy, talking about how a divine empress, an empress and a high priestess were divine partners. And so I'm also seeing that this individual, this divine feminine, that another divine feminine in the collective, or in the family here, you already have your eye on this person, and this person is very mysterious. There's something very mysterious to you about her, right? You love that about her, though. You love that she leaves more to be discovered, and you really want to explore her intimately. This could be intimately in all of the ways, because I want to say this too. Sexuality is not just about sex. I hope that all of my listeners are mature enough spiritually to understand that. And if you are not, then now you know. Sexuality and the sharing of sacred sexuality is not just about sex. Sex is one way in which you can share your sexuality, but it's not just about sex. There are multiple ways to share sexuality with someone that does not require two bodies being on top of each other. Okay, there's conversation, there's friendship, because sexuality represents divine power. Okay, your sexuality is your power bank, your power source. However, because I have this lust card out here, I got this good lust card out here, this is about sexual intimacy. Okay, there is a divine feminine who is wanting to explore this part, or this curiosity, or this part of yourself that you may have never explored before, or you haven't explored it openly. And you are now considering the idea, as you have begun to heal, as you have obtained a certain healing within yourself, you have healed certain wounds that have taking place in your sex life, because you could have been dealing with molestation from childhood. You could have been dealing with SA. You could have been dealing with a lot of things in that area that doesn't have to do with being in a relationship with a grown man and he took advantage of it could be from childhood. It could be something else, some other wound that has caused you to see yourself as a sexual being a certain way and have placed yourself in a box. And so in your past, you were living out of that box and it wasn't working for you. And now that you have healed all of the wounds that you received from living in that box, you are now no longer in the box and you have healed. And now you want to explore the idea that maybe it is a divine feminine who would be best for you. And it looks like you already have your eyes on someone. And this could be mutual. This could be two divine feminines who have their eyes on each other. This could be someone in your friend group. This could be like your best friend. This could be, I don't know. I had to take a little break. I had somebody knock on the door, but yeah, I don't know. This could be someone very close to you already. This could be two divine feminines who, maybe you have a close friend who flirts with you and you just don't really know where she coming from. Because I have out here with this lust card, right? I had the 9 of Pentacles and the reverse 5 of Cups. Now this 9 of Pentacles is letting me know that you have this is something you really desire to do. This is a relationship or a type of relationship or something you really desire to explore. It could be in a general sense, or it could be this specific high priestess that you see or you are seeing or you are in a friendship with or as a part of your friend circle or you met, in passing or whatever. It could be a neighbor down the street. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But this is something that you have been really sitting with the desire to do. But you're not really sure if this other divine feminine, this high priestess, is interested the same. There's a little bit of fear here of being rejected, or maybe you were rejected. Or you're worried about being dejected. In other words, you're worried about if you do give into what you want, then maybe you're concerned about people in your life, people in your family. You're concerned about being shunned. Although this is something you really want to do, you want to explore your sacred sexuality with another divine feminine. Now let me say this. I will say this. Divine feminines, more divine feminines are going to come to the conclusion that their divine partner must be or will be or should be or could be another divine feminine. And I do not want to go into the reasons why that is, because it could be for so many reasons. More divine feminines who are traditionally heterosexual are going to start discovering, as they heal from societal norms, as they heal from religious pressures, as they heal trauma and heartache and heartbreak and disappointment and abandonment. It's not saying that they, walking around with a chip on their shoulder as it relates to men or the male counterpart, but it just says that who is it that is better able to meet my vibration wholly and wholly? Who is it? And I believe that more divine feminines are going to set aside certain shackles, if you will, or certain pressures to live a traditional lifestyle as it relates to their love life, as it relates to their romantic life, and they're going to opt for another divine feminine. And let me also say this: that is your absolute right to do that. Okay. As you feel comfortable, as you see fit. And if you've been listening to me for a while, y'all do know that I am a divine feminine who I do not subscribe to the idea of really anybody telling the divine feminine what she can and cannot do. That's just the way I roll. Now you can like it or take it or whatever. That's just the way I roll. I am. That's me. That's how I vibrate in my divinity, right? Because I didn't go through all of this shadow work and healing all these wounds and stuff for somebody to come along and tell me what I can and cannot do. Now that's just me. I ain't put in all of this work to still be worried about what people gonna think about me, or whether they want to allow me to do something. I did not put in all this work for that. So that's the throne I sit on, and that's kind of the throne that I behoove you as a divine feminine. If you're not sitting on it, go ahead and get on that thing and get your little butt pillow and sit on it and get comfortable, because there really is not anyone who can tell you what you can and cannot do. Not saying you can go out there and be, breaking the laws of the land and stuff. You can't be out there like robbing banks and shit, but you understand what I'm saying. Like, when it comes to your life, as long as you are not hurting yourself or anyone else, and if you want to hurt yourself, by all means knock yourself out, but as long as you're not hurting anyone else, there is nothing that you should be worried about someone telling you you cannot do. And especially when it comes to your sacred sexuality. Sexuality belongs to the feminine power, and it is her power. Now, I know we've been living in many generations now with all this good patriarchy and everything. But part of you sitting on your throne is being willing to break down all of those constructs, because they do not serve you. They were not designed to serve you. They were designed to strip you of the power that you have as divine feminine, especially in your sexuality. Especially. There is a divine feminine here who is curious about a particular other divine feminine, or you're curious about exploring divine femininity in an intimate sexual way. You are curious about doing that, for whatever reason. And like I said, if this is something you've never done, if it's something you did one time and you ain't did it no more because people was looking at you crazy, I don't know. But I do see this 5 of Pentacles out here, which lets me know that you are concerned with being like shunned. I don't know if you're coming out of religiosity. I don't know if this is a family shunning, if you're concerned about being shunned and rejected by your peer group, or just because I know we're living in an age where same-sex love is more accepted than it was 30, 40, 50 years ago. It's more accepted, right? Clearly. But it's still, for those of us who are not 16, right, we were raised in a time when it was more undercover, and it was, I'm an 80s baby, so I still remember a time where that was not something you did, for one, and that was not something you did openly, for two. Okay. Now, those are not ideals that I subscribe to as a healed divine feminine. Okay, but I can see where there are still remnants of that still operating in society. All right. I mean, the young folks understand how to let let people live, but we still have a lot of old heads. We still have a lot of people who come from a certain era where they still, looking at it like it's crazy. And I get it, and I'm not here to judge them neither. All I'm saying is that as a divine feminine who does not support the idea that we have a right to infringe upon people's liberties, I don't support that anymore. Okay. And what I am admonishing you, since it's here on the board that this is something that you want to explore, is to explore it as you feel comfortable. But don't not explore it because you're worried about what somebody's going to say, or whether somebody's going to want to rock with you anymore, or how people are going to feel about it, or how your church members are going to look at you. Well, maybe that's not the church you need to be in. Maybe you don't need to be in church no more. I ain't the one to tell you, about your religious affiliations, but I'm just sending the message. If you cannot be in a space where you are fully supported, loved on, and allowed to evolve, I don't care if it's a church or if it's the country club. I don't care what kind of club, organization, family it is. If they are wanting you to suppress yourself, if they are okay with you not living to your fullness, then that's not love. And as a divine feminine, that is not an environment you should be continuing to participate in. At this day and age, there are plenty churches that you can find. If you still want to be a part of the church house, cool, got you. There are plenty of churches that you can find that will support you exploring and loving your God. You don't have to be sitting up in some traditional backwoods missionary Baptist Church of God in Christ who and having them in the pulpit. Okay, that was about to go left. that was hard to take a turn. But I will say, I'm going to finish my statement. I'm going to just clean it up. Half of the people in these organizations, particularly the church house, will tell you that you're going to hell for doing a thing while they sitting in the back office slobbing knobs and stuff. Okay. So while you are conforming your life and allowing these people through religiosity, through misinterpretation of scripture, let's start there, right? While you are allowing them to keep you from exploring the divine love that may be destined for you to explore, for you to have, you let them rob you of your liberty while they're in the back office taking full liberty to do the very thing that they will make you feel away because you want to do it openly and honor yourself and not do it in hypocrisy. My bad, I had to go because my rice was burning. I had to go check it, make sure I turn it down. Okay, so a divine feminine stands in her liberty, in her independence, and her power to do so. And her sacred sexuality is a main power source. All right. So do not allow any old, outdated affiliations to go with you in your future, divine feminine. You possibly are already in a connection that you want to explore. You possibly already have somebody in mind. You don't know if this person feels the same. You don't know if you should explore this because you don't know if you will be rejected in other areas of your life. If I don't know how old you are, I don't have any ages out here, anything, but I'm feeling like you might be a little older because with this 5 of Pentacles, this is giving me church house stuff. You're worried about your spiritual morality and recovering spiritually, like it's going to be a sin or something, and I'm going to hell, and you're still, but you're here as an empress. Spirit is saying to fully step into your full power, to own it fully, because you're already there. But this may be one little loose end that you need to tie up, dear heart. Because the detachment card is here, which means spirit is saying they need you. She needs you. Your spirit team needs you to break away from this fear, to put it to bed, put it to rest. See where your fear is coming from. Contemplate it. You're concerned about being like I don't know. It's coming off like rejection. With this 4 of Swords I have here, they want you to put the fear to rest. Also, there may be someone you have your eyes on, and you may be ready to go on and do the darn thing with the High Priestess, but for some reason you are receiving mixed signals from her. So you don't know if she feels the same. You don't know if she feels the same. So this could be more specific in that way, or this could be more general in the fact that you don't have your eyes on anyone specifically. But what I'm seeing is that there is a high priestess in your future. When I'm seeing that there is a high priestess that you are supposed to explore this with, you both are wounded healers, and there is more healing that you can usher each other into if you give way to the curiosity, to the desire that you're already sitting with. And the only reason why you're not really actually exploring it is because you're worried about some sort of rejection from society, from your peer group, from your family, from your religious affiliation. Okay? Spirit wants you to really contemplate those fears so that you can separate yourself. You can detach yourself from all of the negative energy that has been sent your way. This could be something that you've been dealing with since you were younger. Maybe you have very traditional parents, very strict parents. Maybe you're a preacher's kid. I don't know. But I see here a lot of fear. There is sacred healing between two divine feminines that can only be acquired between two divine feminines. And I'm gonna leave it at that. This is not about orgasms and nuts and all of this. Is deeper than that. You know, I probably need to come back on and we can really explore sacred sexuality. Sacred sexuality. Now, orgasm should be had. That means you're doing it right. But what I'm saying is this is not going into that moment, that environment just for the sake of the pleasure itself. This is about utilizing sexual pleasure to bring about healing, to bring about empowerment, to raise vibrations. This is that can be accessed through divine feminine and divine feminine love. Okay. Notice I haven't said anything about any LGBTQ XYZ. I ain't said nobody needed to subscribe, none of that. I ain't said nobody needed to like completely and whatever cut off men altogether. That's your business. How you do it, what you do. I don't get into all that, but I'm talking about what's here on this in this here reading here. What's in this reading is that someone wants to explore their sexuality with another divine feminine. And if this is you, this is the confirmation that Spirit is giving you that there is healing waiting you on the other side of your fear. There is healing awaiting you on the other side of your fear. There is a beautiful bond that is awaiting you on the other side of your fear. Because in all honesty, it seems like it's not even your fear you're toting, it's everybody else's around you. It's everybody else's fear around you that you have picked up over the years, picked up just being a human, because some are okay and with it and some are not, but what other people are okay with is not what you make your decisions upon. Not these kind of decisions. I mean, I'm sure people are not okay, or the owners of a bank are not okay with you going in and robbing their bank, right? Okay, we got that. But this is personal. This is your personal life. You can't make decisions for your personal life based on what other people are okay with. Especially now when it comes to your loving. Now, your loving is your loving. That's yours. That's yours. Even when you give it to somebody else, I'm just loaning it to you for a minute, for an hour or so. I'm gonna need that back. This is mine. So whatever decisions I make and whoever I choose to share it with, it's mine. Okay, divine feminines. So if you find yourself at a point of a healing, of your evolution, where you want to explore either something more serious with another divine feminine or begin to explore intimacy with another divine feminine, you have every right to do so. You have every spiritual right. Okay? So all that heaven and hell and somebody going to hell and we gonna buzz by sins and stuff. You should have already, if you're listening to me, you should have already. I mean, if you haven't, I'm not going to assume, because I know I do have some Christian folks that still and you're welcome here. You're welcome to be here. If you're still a part of Christianity, you're welcome to be here, right? But I also know as an ex-Christian how that go. I also know how that go. So and when you begin to evolve spiritually, this is where I be talking about in the videos about the shedding of societal and religious structures and things that people will press upon you that have no validity whatsoever as it relates to spirituality. And most of the hatred, most of the judgment of certain things are modern constructs. They are not a part of antiquity. And why is that important? Well, that's important because if you've studied, then you know that we are trying to return to a spirituality that we used to have. Like the modern human is less spiritual than the ancient one. So as we are evolving, and what we're coming out of is breaking down all of those modern judgments, those modern falsities, those modern ideals and constructs that have blocked us from a higher vibration of spirituality that we used to vibrate at in antiquity. And when it comes to your sexuality, all of these don't do, don't touch, don't taste, don't handle because you're going to hell, that is very modern. That is not a part of sacred spirituality. It's not at all. Because for one, hell from a Christian standpoint is a modern construct, and there was no hell in spiritual antiquity either. So when you couple all that together, you are being held back by a fear, an illusion. The whole point of you existing right now, divine feminines, is to explore the fullness of who you are and learn about yourself and the powers that make you you. If you continue to allow society, religion, and anything of the sort to block you from doing that, then you will block certain aspects of said evolution. And when it comes to a divine feminine, I will say it again, her sexuality is her superpower. It is her power. And it is the power that the masculines have worked so hard for so many generations, decades now. They've worked hard to make sure that they suppress, oppress, and usurp that power and control and dominate that power. Okay? So this is my confirmation to whoever hears this message, that there's no judgment here. And you should not allow any judgment in any other area of your life. And what I mean by don't allow, I mean like, who the hell cares what you think about what I got going on? Who at what point, lady, ma'am, sir, did you think that your opinion of me is going to stop me from exploring me? Me is me. I own me. Right? So this has been the message. This has been the message. If there is a divine feminine that you have your eye on and you will feel like you're receiving mixed signals from her, you know, I really don't have no advice. Spirit didn't give me no advice how you need to deal with that. But what I do see here is that you need to sit with what's holding you back from making that move, whether it be a conversation. Take some time. You ain't got to rush in, but take some time, really look at it for what it is, meditate on it, see it clearly. Okay. And if this is just a general sense, like you don't have your eyes on anybody, just know the same applies. Take your time, but they need for you to work through your fear, your negative emotional attachments that deny you the right to create the life and divine partnership you so want. Because with this Nine of Pentacles, clarifying this lust card, you definitely want it. You definitely want that. And so that's what matters. That's what matters. All right. Thank you for tapping in. Leave me a comment. Let me know, you know what I'm saying, how you feel, what it is. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe. Join the family. Everything will be all right. To my returning subscribers, my soul tribe, appreciate you for all your support, for tapping in with me and everything. Hit that like button. Go ahead, hit that like button. Give your girl a thumbs up. Exchange some energy with me. We know we're building our platform here, building our family. So that would be greatly appreciated. And always hit that notification bell. If you haven't hit it again. If you hit it one time and they acting like they don't want to notify you, hit it again. Or just be mindful and come back and check in. You know what I'm saying? And make sure you know what I'm saying, you tapping in with us. All right, family. I love you, ladies. I love you, divine feminines. Y'all stand in your power.